What's up, guys? It is Saturday morning and we're back at it again, headed to the shop, of course, because it's the weekend and that's what we do on the weekends. Say hi, Alex. Anyway, we have probably a pretty big update for you guys because I was away last weekend, so Alex was in the shop by himself, cranking away at all of the loose ends that we need to tie together before we start the car for the first time. So when we get there, that's probably the first thing we'll do, walk you through everything, give you a quick update, and then we'll take you along for the day with hopefully what is going to be a very productive Saturday.
All right, so the car is pretty close to being done. Last weekend I did, what the hell did I do? Oil cooler, I did the vacuum lines, I did all sorts of shit. Stuff to tie out different things. We had to order some more parts from Haltech, an expansion harness for all the sensors that we're running to the power tune dash. And now today, car may run, I'm not gonna get optimistic, but it may run. We need to put the new drive shaft bolts in I ordered from Nissan, and then we need to finish up the wiring for the dash and some of the sensors, and we're missing one intercooler pipe here. That's where the blow-off valve is gonna go, but we didn't get it done this week, unfortunately. It was a miscommunication. So yeah, we're gonna work on getting these drive shaft bolts, and yeah, there we go. So we were missing two. They're like these jank ass bolts from the last owner, so we ended up going to Nissan to get some new ones, so that should be relatively quick. But Alexis is just eating as usual. Okay,
you said it was 15?
I think so.
No.
And now we need to figure out what size these are. They look smaller. Maybe they're the same size. Yeah, they are. Okay, so what size was that?
13.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. You're gonna try and freaking triple test? Video. Maybe this isn't a 13. Or wait. Yeah, maybe this is a 14? Oh no. Yeah. Alright guys, so the drive shaft bolts are all set, ready to go, both sides, and then we also had this bracket that we had to tighten down. So that is all set. What's next?
We have to put gear oil in, actually.
Okay, so next thing that we're doing, or Alex is doing, should I say, is he drained the old gear oil and now we're putting new stuff in, and it's a pretty dirty job, and I have a gray sweatshirt on, so I'm letting him take the reins. Although, I'm not sure the Legends sweatshirt is the way to go with this one. I don't want to get that bad boy dirty. Okay. So now we're changing the gear oil, and thankfully I, at some point, needed this tool when my motor was literally shitting the bed and we thought we could fix it. And, yeah, so there's just a stupid seal on this, and, I don't have any nails because obviously you can't work on cars and have nails because they get disgusting. Here we go.
Right.
So this, oh yeah, there she goes.
No.
Yeah, I think it's just, well, keep in mind this is a full bottle, so you're not going to hear it.
Yeah, but you feel it. I'm not really feeling it. Oh, there. So we just weren't filming for the best piece of footage. This line just popped off while I was vigorously pumping the gear oil and it exploded all over.
God.
Okay, so we're making progress on this. We are trying to get this red line. We're using the big stuff. We're using the heavy shock. We don't know too much about this transmission's history, so we figure we might as well just put the thick shit in it. And if it sucks and the gears grind, then we'll rebuild it. But that was hilarious, and we should have had that set up because it was a great explosion. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to do, what was I even gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna hook the starter up, and Alexis is going to finish with this. I started wrapping these headers. We have some oil lines in there. You can see that header that's unwrapped. So we're gonna wrap everything for heat protection. I already did the downpipe, all that, so.
Al, this sucks.
So while she is doing that horrible heat wrap job on the headers, I need to figure out. So I got the Haltech. I started wiring last week the digital dash, the blinkers, stuff like that. There's a video on that dash. It's a power tune. We made a custom carbon fiber insert basically into the stock dash, so it looks clean. But now I need to do all the sensors. So we added a ton of sensors, like a fuel sensor and all sorts of different sensors. So we had to order the $400 extension. So that was an unexpected expense we didn't really want to do, but so here it is. So this basically lets you add extra sensors. Wow, this is crazy. So this tiny little thing right here was $400. Oh, that's nice. It did come with a can plug though. I was not expecting that. And then we're gonna need these pins. And basically, so we're going to take this, plug it into our can extender, another nice expensive piece. This is what I have running. I have these plugs ordered for the dash, but for right now it's the jank way that we're running in until they come in. Should have been here already, but they did not come. So
guys, so made some good progress actually. Just finished up the heat wrap on the exhaust manifold, and for anybody that has done this, you know that it is by no means fun. I feel like I have little shards of glass in my freaking hands, or my wrists. They're like just a mess. Couple cuts, some more wounds. But anyway, I'll give you a quick look at this. I still have to tie down and snip some of the metal, what are those things called? Zip ties. Yeah. So anyway, here we go. So here you can see I finished everything up that Alex had started. There's some slack here that I need to cut off. The most difficult ones were like this guy, because there's just not a lot of room. And then this one was also a BITCH. You literally can't even see it because it's so freaking far in there. But as you can see, I need to still snip all of these. But honestly, just needed a break from like bending over the side of the car and locking my knees. And Alex at the moment is doing a bunch of wiring work. I made sure that all of the metal zip ties were done and clamped. Those are honestly not fun at all. We just don't have good snips, so it's not exactly easy. But anyways, that is done. And then we also hooked up the boost controller, which you can see here. Ran those lines. And then the last thing that we did, we hooked up the flex fuel sensor. Oh my gosh. my brain, ran all of those wires, which are actually in this like thick tube here. So I ran all of those back and into the car because that's gonna hook up to my ECU, and then we put this casing on it just to keep everything consistent. What else did we do? I think that's just about it for over here, and then now we're really working on getting everything hooked up to my ECU, so the rest is really wiring. And realize that you guys probably haven't seen the inside of the car in forever, but for those that haven't watched the video, we installed new seats, and as you can see, I'm very protective of them, so I haven't even taken the plastic off. And then we'll get to it later, but there's also a TikTok video of when we created my digital dash piece, so that will be housed in where my old dash used to be. And honestly, some of the complexity of the ECU wiring has to do with all of the different sensors that we have that will give me sort of like the real-time analytics of my car's health and everything like that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the night. Well, Alex is busy. I actually, as I was just sitting in the car, remembered that we had ordered these trim clips because my door, for as long as I've had this car, the door has just like never been Loctite, I guess, and it's kind of aggravating. Like when you close it, it's just not as satisfying as like if everything was really in good shape. So I'm hoping that by changing these out, the door will just be like lock sealed tight. Oh my gosh, I literally am brain dead right now. Wow. Can't even say wow. By the way, if anybody is looking for an LM or an R33, both of these cars are gorgeous. The LM is literally the most insane thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It is absolutely impeccable and way out of my league. Oh, I have it. I think this is it, Alex. I obviously still need to put this back, but anyway, it was way more work than it needed to be, truthfully, but we done did it, thank gosh.
Power cable from the starter to the alternator to the battery terminal here, so I had no power in the car, and I'm an idiot.
And the ECU wasn't working, which was a cause for a little bit of panic. But this is a doable fix, so shout out to Jimmy Oakes because we went to his video when we realized that something was wrong.
Alright guys, so we did not get the car started today, but here's crazy. But at the same time, we did get a lot done, so you can hear we have some stuff running. So I forgot to do on these R33s, you have to do with the, even with the wiring specialties harness, you have to do basically a wire from the starter to the alternator, from the alternator to the battery, and that powers the whole system. So that's how you get your ECU on and everything like that. So today we did a lot of like heat wrapping, stuff like this. Obviously we did that wire. We ran the flex fuel wire pretty nicely, I must say, too. So it's right here in this tube, and it goes all the way into the dash. And then the biggest thing that we did, which was a pain, took me forever. You can actually see that Haltech's online, thank God. So the biggest thing that we did today is this mess, and that was basically a culmination of a lot of things, but this is going to the dash. I need one of those 4-pin plugs. It's coming in the mail, so that's gonna be my last of this expander. The battery's like dead. The next thing that I did was, this is the fuel level sender. That's going to go to the power tune dash, which you guys can see is powered up over there. And that is going to basically give us our fuel level. And so when you go around corners and stuff like that, it doesn't slosh. This is a whole mess. We need to clean up all this wiring. This will all go to the side, and this is all extra stuff and whatnot. I got an IO expander. We needed it. Unfortunately, didn't have a choice. So we got that. So now we are running, right now we have intake air temp, we have fuel pressure, we have oil pressure, oil temperature, obviously we have a map sensor, we're gonna have the fuel level sending. So we got a bunch of different sensors, which is why we needed that. So I guess my advice is, if I were to do this again, don't buy the Platinum Pro, buy the 1500 Elite, buy the 2000 Elite, one of those. It's going to come with more stuff than what's included here. You don't need to buy the map sensor. You don't need to buy all these expansion harnesses. This is just crazy. I mean, this is 120. This is 400. That was 1300. So it adds up really, really fast. The car's going to have all the data that we want. So we're going to know exactly what's happening when it's happening. So if there's anything going wrong, we can quickly put a pause to it, or tell the computer, hey, put a warning in here. And even the power tune actually will pop up with a warning light if it sees something that you set that is I guess a red flag. So that's the gist of it. It remains to be seen how my wiring works on all this. We still need to, on the dash I added, you can probably kind of see here on the left of the dash, you have left blinker, high beam, and I did the right blink on the side. I've yet to figure out why that's not working. I'm sure it's something to do with the way I have it wired, but alright, we're done for the day, at least. It's 10 p.m., so we've been here since 9:30. So that's a pretty solid day. We're making some progress. She's giving up. Quitter. That's it. I mean, next time we're here, it won't be for, unfortunately, a couple weeks. I had to travel for work, so next time we're here.
Showering me in oil within the first hour.
So next time we're here, hopefully it runs, but we shall see. There it is in all its glory, almost done, but that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.